Hello and welcome to my Elite Dangerous, my personal fleet carrier, my second look, Beta 2. And we're going to do another planetary exploration. We did find out, or we continue to hear, that on May the 22nd is the blowout sale of fleet carriers. Instead of 5 billion, there'll be 1 million. Hopefully, I haven't heard anything about the services being discounted, but hopefully they'll discount the services for you too. There are many that would like to sell their fleet carrier and rebuy it at 1 million, but the problem with that is you have to have it decommissioned. You have to wait 5 days for it to be decommissioned. You lose 1 billion credits when you decommission it, just to buy it back at 1 million, and we're already past the time limit for the week-long decommission. So that doesn't work well anyway. So of course I'm not going to decommission the RGFC, and we'll just continue through the 26th with what we got. I do need to make a run out to buy some tritium. For one, to see what the price is. But that will probably be the next video. We'll take the Python because we don't need that many. But it'll give us a chance to see how much it has dropped to, or if it has dropped anymore. So let's get out and do some planetary exploration for right now. Please look to the bottom right hand corner of the screen and you will see the subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything. You get notified when I produce more videos, and eventually it'll help me with YouTube.
Landing gear retracted.
Ship release confirmed. The launch underway.
We're going to go to A10E.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
We enjoy the exploration, planetary exploration. Now next month we'll really enjoy it because we need a whole lot more material, raw materials, and this gives us quite a bit of raw material, but everything we're doing in beta, we actually lose it because it stays in beta. It doesn't transfer to our main account. So, but it makes good YouTube videos. We get quite a few hits, views off of it. So we're just going to continue to do it. We have some basic things that we do. We do asteroid mining for tritium and low temperature diamonds. We do planetary exploration. We travel out to Dav's Hope and Jameson crash site for material gathering. We visit the engineers to upgrade and modify our modules for our ships. We travel to Robigo, something like that, to purchase tritium, because it's far better for me to purchase it than it is to mine it. I can mine up to about 30-35 an hour, but I can make the credits to buy over 1,000 in an hour and run out to Robingo and purchase it. So it's much more practical for me, based on how I make my credits, to purchase it than to mine it. So you'll see in the next video we'll take the Python, because normally we take the cutter, but we don't really need that much tritium. So we just need a little bit, so we'll probably just take the Python. And that was probably the mistake that I made early on in Beta 2, is purchasing 16,000 tons of tritium, and the price went down by 20% after the first week. Now by Friday, the price will probably go up because of all the new fleet carriers. So tritium will be very expensive, my guess, as of Friday, or sometime within Friday, because the supply will drop dramatically. So it's probably a good time to go pick up some more. I have plenty. I have almost 16,000 tons on board, including the fuel tank. I definitely have 16,000 on board, but that's part of the grind, and we just continue to act out on what we'll do after we actually purchase one. So it's a good time to run out and purchase some more tritium, for one, to see what the price is, and we'll probably go on Thursday and pick up some, and then we might go on Friday or Saturday to check, see what the prices are. We'll continue to mine it just because we can, and we get good hits, good number of hits on our asteroid tritium mining adventures. So we'll keep doing that. We'll probably at some point run out to Dab's Hope and James and Crash Site in our live account, because we need materials pretty bad. We've used up most of our materials, so we need some more. And we'll continue to do the planetary exploration, probably once or twice a day, because I want to mimic what we'll be doing in June. Basically, we're going to be looking for the brighter side of this moon. Looks like it's on the other side. Slow down a little bit. This is an uninhabited system, so we have not had any company since we've been here. Which, if you know me well, you know I like uninhabited and no company. I like the peacefulness of the game, not the absolute mad max pirating, killing, and stealing, and destroying. So you know that's not my favorite part of this game. Probably land in that area. I don't want the slope to be too level. I want a little bit steeper, so we actually go down to the surface. Yep, this is probably a good spot. We have a mountain, we have the canyons. All in one place. Hopefully we can find a smooth enough spot to land. Many textures, different textures. Should come out of Super Cruise at any moment. We do have a glide that'll take us in a little bit. Trying to slow down so we don't go too close to the surface too quickly, so we can do our look around like we enjoy doing. Because if you're like me, you enjoy the scenery aspects of the game. Okay. Sis landing.
Landing gear deployed.
I appreciate you coming along. Also, if you'll look under the video into the description toward the bottom, you'll see ways of donating. We need some more hard drives for our backup server because YouTube videos eats up our space quickly, and it costs about $75 to $80 per month just to back up our video, in case if YouTube lost it somehow we could get it back. And we really don't have $75, $80 a month right now. We're kind of running in the red, so we need all the help we can get, and there's ways to donate, so please consider donating. And underneath the video to the left you will find our YouTube channel, GFM_RDG, where you'll find over 700 videos that we've created just since January. Yep, this is a crazy person you're listening to create that many videos. It's like I don't have a life. You can tell I have an on-call job where I really don't have to do a lot until I'm called upon, which lately has been quite a bit. So I haven't been able to create as many videos as I'd like to during the week, but when we can, we will. One thing I wanted to show you a little bit about synthesis. We have people from time to time, I show this and I get good comments about it, and they just didn't know you could do this. Is this right? So a lot of our viewers really enjoy asteroid mining. Well, let's say you forgot your limpets. Go to cargo rack, say basic. It says create 400 limpets. That's wrong. It's supposed to be create 4 limpets. You can do 4 times 7, so 7 reloads. So you can create 28 just by hitting resupply, and it'll create limpets. So let's do that. Let's create some limpets. We'll take them back and we'll deposit them. So we're taking raw materials that we're going to gather here on the planet, and we're created limpets. Inventory, what do we have? We have 4 limpets. Isn't that crazy? Just using raw materials. So let's find something else we might want to look at. Nope, we can't do anything with thrusters, shield banks. Nope, we can't do anything. Vehicle hanger, shield boosters. See, you can go down and see if, yeah, here's one. You can fix your life support if it needs repair or fixing. You can reload your life support with or 40 times with iron and nickel. Frame shift drive, you can give it an injection so you get further jumps, say 25% more distance just with raw materials. Or you can get 50% longer distance 30 times with these raw materials, or with the premium you can get over twice the jump range, 29 times with raw materials. So isn't that cool? That's a lot of cool stuff. I really like that. Sit down. And most people that we show that to really think that's cool too, so that's why every once in a while I'll show you how that works. And with the SRV it works too.
Low gravity warning.
You can even refuel the SRV. Got to get away from the ship so we can launch it off. You get over about 77.5 kilometers, it'll leave anyway. Sis, ship.
Ship dismissed.
And there she goes. She'll go into orbit until we call her back down. And that back radar, you see the blips at the bottom, that's all raw materials. Those things we use to do synthesis. Cis-dark. Cis-dark. That's to turn the lights off. Let's do a scan around just to see what's here, if there's anything closer. Signals were real tight, that would mean it was close, but they're further away. So let's just go somewhere. That's what we like doing. We like going somewhere. Kind of like the canyon areas. But we like to sightsee too, and we like to gather materials, and sometimes there's down ships or satellites and things like that we go visit. But all of our videos on our YouTube channel are since January, so it's all newer content from going to a Guardian surface site to collect the blueprint so we could purchase a Guardian FSD booster. And we went to a Thargoid surface site where there's the scavengers, and if you shoot or you kill scavengers, they'll even pay you in ARXs, so you can buy paint jobs for your ship and ship kits and all that. So that's pretty cool too. And you get meta alloys for Felicity Farseer, the engineer. That's what she requires. And we're collecting those materials that we use for synthesis. Now again, unfortunately, what we're doing in beta stays in beta, so it doesn't transfer to our live account. But we'll do all of this again next month when it is in our live account. And I have 82,000 ARXs. And I'm ready to spend it on the fleet carrier for a carrier kit. I have seen some different front ends for the carrier, and that's the part that doesn't look so great, is the front end of the carrier. So I would like to get a better front end. The rest of it looks really good. So past the neck, or where the landing pads are, that's fine. The rear is fine. Where the engines are, that's all fine. I'm okay with all that. It's just the front end. Would like a little better design. And if you look at my SRV and my ships, the color is galvanized cobalt. Well, you could kind of figure what I want the fleet carrier to be. Galvanized cobalt. I don't know if they'll have the color, but if they do, I will. I just have to. All my ships and my SRVs and all of that's in galvanized cobalt, so yeah, it's a little icy. But I do enjoy running around on the planet in the SRV. Someday, maybe, when we get space legs, we can step out and walk around on the planet in a spacesuit. That's what we're hoping for, but they did postpone the new era from December 2020 into 2021, so we'll have to see how that goes. And the fleet carriers were postponed too. The first beta is supposed to came out in November of last year, and it wound up being April of 2020. So it's pretty common for delays. But I really like the fleet carrier. It will be my prized asset. I like the cutters and I like the pythons, but boy, that fleet carrier is sweet. I want one of those, and I'm up to almost 12 billion in my live account. And to fully deck out the fleet carrier, fill it up with fuel, will be about 7 billion. So that means I'll have about 5 billion left, which is pretty good. I'd rather have 10 billion left, but we'll work on that. Yeah, the tracking doesn't work real good, or the targeting. There's a lot of things that don't work real good, like the Super Cruise throttle, how it sticks. That doesn't work real good. And the excessive interdictions, 7 interdictions in one Super Cruise run is excessive. And I'm not a fan of that. And mission critical message while you're trying to look at the message board, I'm not a fan of that either. There's a lot of things I'm not a fan of. And as you can tell, I am not an apologist. There's plenty of apologists out there, though. Nothing that Frontier can do will ever need improvement. No. There's a lot that needs improvement. So I'm not in that class that everything is great all the time. It's not always great. It's like with my Oculus Rift S, where it loses tracking. All the tracking is in the headset. That was a bad idea. That was not a good design. I had the Rift, which had the separate tracking cameras, and I wish I could use those on the Rift S. That works so much better. Because where the scenery looks pretty good, it'll go all hazy when it loses tracking. And I'm not a fan of that. And voice attack, when I first got it, it was so great. It could recognize everything. For some reason, it just has lost its way. It takes 2 or 3 times to give it a command now for it to take it. And I even go back into the voice recognition and teach it all those things, and it still has trouble. So it's not just Elite Dangerous that I have issues with. See, they like to hurry things out so they can make money and get new users, but then they don't want to fix it. Oh, I'm sure I've got enough faults too, so I can take criticism to a point. I've had one viewer that just kept going on and on and on how great Elite Dangerous was, and there was no issues, and how terrible I was to even mention there was any issue with Elite Dangerous. And I finally had to just say that was enough. I don't like banning people from my YouTube channel, and I've got over 6,000 people that have viewed at least one video, and I've only banned one person, and that was it. But I can only take so much. I take a lot, but there is a point where I just, it's my channel. I don't have to take that abuse. Put too much work in on this for before everybody get to watch them for free, to put up with abuse. But I am very happy that I have so many that watch my videos. We've had almost 11,000 views on our videos just since January, and I'm very humbled by that. And we have quite a few subscribers, and I'm humbled by that. It's not enough for YouTube though. I need 16 times the number of subscribers I've got currently to get support from YouTube. Yeah, it's crazy how much they demand. I have people have watched over 900 hours of my videos. I'm pretty humbled about that too. That's pretty wild. But YouTube requires 4,000 hours. It's like, really? Yep, they don't make it easy. They make it very difficult. Now, one thing about uninhabited systems, you don't get many stingers and skimmers and trespass zones and things like that. Now, the positive things, we don't have support ships coming down and shooting at us. You need to watch that video. So search my YouTube channel for Under Attack in the title. And that's where we went out to Dav's Hope and support ships shot at us. Okay, we got two types of signals here. We got one on the right, which is a lower signal. We got one on the left that's a higher signal. The one on the left is an outcrop. It usually holds more material. The one on the right holds a little bit less material. So of course we would favor more material over less material. So we go after the outcrop first. Doesn't mean that we don't collect the others too. Nope, it's a bronzite. Okay. Well, it was a little bit higher. See, I'm not always right. There's a lot of times I'm not right. So this one's the bronzite. We'll go look at the other one and see what it is. Maybe it holds a hair bit more than the other. I was for sure that was an outcrop, but not tall enough. The outcrops would, I guess, be a little bit taller than this one on the signal. Okay, let's go find this one that was lower, and it's pretty close. It's mesosiderite. Something like that. Okay, now you can zoom in if you wanted to. But the reason I don't, because I want to see if ships come from overhead, so I want to see more area. See what kind of time we have. I try to keep them no more than an hour. Yeah, we're still good. I don't want it too short either, but give you plenty of time to get to see things and listen to me ramble and rant about certain things. And but if you watch the forums, there's far more people that have a few issues. It's not that we don't appreciate what Frontier does, we really do, but they could still fix a few things to make it even better. Like Frontier, or the Elite Dangerous is like 73rd in the most popular games. It could be higher than that. I mean, it's got some things that could put it in the top 10 easily if they would fix them. But they're just so focused on piracy. And not everybody is focused on piracy. And that hurts them. And then you've got issues like stuck throttles. Mission critical message while you're looking at the message board. And 7 interdictions in 1 Super Cruise run. I mean, there are things that drive people crazy. Go to Frontier's forum and type in interdiction and see how many forum posts negatively are posted there. Yeah. Now there's plenty of apologists trying to take up for Frontier, and it's always your fault because you get 7 interdictions. Things you do, so it's your fault. You couldn't do anything. You can't go asteroid mining, you can't gather cargo and deliver cargo. So in their eyes, you just don't supposed to do anything. You don't supposed to collect any credits, you know, or you have to accept 7 interdictions in 1 Super Cruise run. Well, that, to me, that's bunk. Yeah, I didn't know how hard I could hit that one because it was pretty steep. See, there's little ramps that you can, when you're a kid, when you take your bicycle and you go hit the ramps. Yeah, it brings back memories. You gotta hit the ramps. Now, I do use a VR, and some have said it makes them a little motion sick watching our videos, and I can understand that, and I'm sorry that that happens. I wish it didn't. But my favorite games are the VR games, where I get engulfed in the game. It feels like I'm really on the planet. I can look around. I don't see my office or my /game room. I don't see it. All I see is space all around me. It's amazing. I would love to have an 8K headset like the HP Reverb, and there's several others that are out there. I just can't afford it. Only reason I've got a Rift S is because my wife's aunt passed and left us a little bit of money. We're able to get into a house instead of just renting. Our whole life we've been renting. So at least we were able to get into a house. And it's because of her aunt. Very thankful that she thought of her niece. And I got a Oculus Rift S out of the deal. So I do believe in heaven, and someday if I get to see her again, I want to give her a big hug and thank her so very much for what she has done for us, because yes, as bad as our finances are right now, they were much worse before. She helped us pay off a lot of debts, because it's a hard world. That's what we tell our kids. It's a hard world out there. Not easy. And that's why people, even adults, play video games, because it's a way to get away from this hard life that many have. I have a brother that's a surgeon, and him and his kids are also really spoiled. And yeah, we didn't get any of that. He has like a photographic memory. It must be nice, because I certainly don't. I mean, education was so easy for him. It was so hard for me. I mean, I have always tried, but I have to study 100 times more to retain things than some others have to. But you're given what you're given, so oh well. Now, I have probably one of the greatest wives of all times. She's a great mom and a great wife, and I'm very appreciative to her for being so awesome. My best friend. So there are a lot of good things, and I do enjoy that you guys come along and watch our videos, and girls. I do appreciate that, and it means a whole lot to me. And that's why I've done this. With the hardship that it creates, I've done it anyway, because I enjoy bringing videos to you, and hopefully it's educational and informative and helps your gameplay. That's the whole idea. My son said I was the last person in the whole world he ever expected to have a YouTube channel. I'm hoping someday we can make enough money that I can hire him, because he is a gamer, a really good gamer, to help me with the channel. But at the moment, not quite fortunate enough to be able to hire him. It's like we've been this way before. You can see our tracks. So you guys could help. Donations would help, and subscriptions will help. The subscription is free to you, but if I get enough subscriptions, YouTube will start helping us. So that would be pretty awesome if we could get help. Okay, we need to see what our time's like. Yeah, my throat was not meant for video and audio. It does not like it at all. So at least I can cut out the coughs and stuff during editing, or most of them. If I miss some, I'm sorry. I try to catch them. Let's see what kind of time we got. Yeah, it's not bad. We can't stay a whole lot longer, but a little bit. But just as a reminder, everything on the internet is not free. So, I mean, someone has to pay. Like I have to pay my time and equipment that we need and all of that out of our pocket. And we don't have it. So that's why we ask for donations. And if you're entertained and educated and informed in any way, please consider donating. Be greatly appreciated. And we have several ways. The reason I say several ways and I don't describe them because we don't know what the future holds. And we could add those to the descriptions. That's why we say look into the description. And in the About tab of our channel. But we only have one more week left of Beta 2, and then we're without the fleet carrier again. I sure hope they rush it into live. I'm ready for it. I want the fleet carrier permanently, where we can use it for material gathering and a staging area for asteroid mining and going to Dav's Hope and Jameson crash site and visit all the engineers and top all our modules off and all those things. Staging area for our cargo missions. But YouTube channel allows me to just bring you on the journey with me. And hopefully it helps you make more credits and buy more assets and get a fleet carrier of your own. That's the whole idea. 99.9% of all the credits and assets that I have were made through cargo missions between Sothis and Ceos. And I get fussed at all the time by veterans that say you shouldn't be sharing it with that many people. Cause it to dry up. I don't care. If you're willing to watch my videos, I'm going to tell you everything. Because I want you to have a better experience. And if you're willing to share your time, spend your time watching my videos, then I'm going to share everything I know with you. I'm not going to hold anything back. And I hope it goes well for you, and hopefully your gaming experience goes well. And if it's like me, it's kind of an escape. And hopefully it's a good escape for you. Because we all need an escape. And I'm not much of a TV watcher. There's a few reality shows that I think is kind of interesting. But when we do buy the fleet carrier for good in our live account, I'm not going to just fill it up with 16,000 tons all in the first day of tritium. We'll do a little at a time because I think the price will just keep coming down. The more that people mine it, and now the problem is people mine it for fuel. They're not selling it. So that will keep the price higher Frontier needs to lower that price because it is a little bit too high. I don't mind collecting it and storing it. You know, maybe if it was half the price that it is now, or a fourth of the price, that would be really nice. Okay. Sis, ship.
Ship recalled.
It'll take us a little bit to get back over to the fleet carrier. Very thankful that you came along. Please press that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything. You get notified when I produce more videos. And someday it'll help me with YouTube. I'm going to stand by this rock so maybe the ship won't land on me. Sometimes I think she might land on me. Like right there. Where I have to back up because I think she's going to land on me. Yep, I really like the cutter. Right now I'm using it for everything but cargo missions. It just holds 2.5 times what my Python holds. It's very nice. I don't know how you're supposed to climb up those steps. You'd have to actually climb up the first ones because it's sitting off the ground. Sis down. And be sure to consider donating. Sis landing.
Landing gear retracted.
And please watch more of our videos. Gotta wait for the mast lock to go off. Sis left.
Frameshift drive charging. Ready to engage. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
But I am interested to see what the price of tritium is at Robingo. So we'll take one of our travel, probably the travel Python. Well, it's only like 3 jumps. So we'll take the cargo version of the Python over there just to see, and we'll pick up 280 units of tritium. Our cargo version of the cutter will hold 720, but we don't need that much. We're already almost over 16,000 tons in the fleet carrier. But what we doing in our in beta stays in beta, so even if we did take the cutter cargo version, you know, went well over 16,000, that would be fine. Because I have about 3 billion available that I haven't spent in beta, And there's no way I could spend all of that in a week. Sis left. Now the Python is more agile and maneuverable if we get interdicted. It's much easier than it is in the cutter. So we'll probably take the Python, just because we don't really need 720 tons of tritium. So I'm kind of going back and forth. Well, should I 720 or 280? Because next month when we get the fleet carrier for good, we're not just going to fill it up to 16,000 tons. We're going to do it a little at a time, and we will be taking the cutter to pick up 720 at a shot. And sometimes, if it's cheap enough, we'll bring the fleet carrier over to Rubingo and pick up even more. Kind of anxious to see what the price continues to do. Now, after we go live to our live account with the fleet carrier, then there'll be more websites that will tell us what the price is. We don't have much of that in beta, or none that I know of. So it's only 3 jumps. It's not really bad. Have to be careful and see where we're at, and I don't like when the fleet carrier is this close to planets and rings, but it is uninhabited, and Sis left.
Welcome, Commander. Docking permission will be granted following a successful eligibility check. Docking request accepted. A landing pad has been assigned to you, Commander. Request accepted.
Landing gear deployed.
But I do appreciate you coming along. Hopefully you come along on the next video where we run out to Rabingo and check out the fuel price and bring back a little bit of it. It's not that we need fuel, but we'll pick up a little.
Docking successful. Ship is secure. Hello, Commander. How may we assist you?
So until the next video where we run out to purchase and transport tritium, thank you for watching.